Hi. A Dash of Christmas is a TV movie about a high-powered career woman who, while visiting her family's hometown for the holidays, enlists a local baker to help her prepare for an interview with a food-based social media company. That was a very long sentence. We open on our main character, Megan, rolling her suitcase down the sidewalk and talking on the phone with what I can only assume is her, Uber driver or something. She tells them that she stayed at the train station until they turned the lights out and the driver still wasn't there to pick her up. This is supposed to be a small town, so even if he just has 2 stars, old Gus is your only choice. While waiting, she sees a truck sitting outside a shop with perhaps the most generic sounding name, Hometown Bakery. She calls out to see if the owner is around before closing the truck door. Chat, let's get a poll up. Would you do this? I'm 50-50 between trying to save someone's car battery from dying and just leaving other people's shit alone. A man exits the bakery with his arms full of pastry boxes, clearly having left the truck door ajar in order to load it up with his goods. So Megan tries to help and inevitably knocks everything to the ground.
I'm so sorry.
But this guy is beyond forgiving. He laughs it off and even gives her some pastries, ones that didn't happen to touch concrete.
They taste even better without all the added sidewalk flavor.
He introduces himself as Aaron, and he is the owner of this bakery. He helps Megan into her ride when it finally arrives and wistfully stares after as it drives away. Now we see another woman, Sarah, at home with her daughter, Erica. Someone rings the bell, and Erica asks if it could be her father, surprising them. But Sarah says it's hard to get time off from the army.
Honey, I don't think so. He said he couldn't get leave until New Year's, and you know the army, they run on a schedule.
So what do you want to bet that he shows up to surprise them for Christmas later? Go on. What are you betting? Well, hand it over, because he doesn't. They mention that he's in the army a couple of times, but he never appears on screen, because it's not him at the door, it's Megan. Side note, I can only find one instance of Sarah's name being said aloud in this movie, and it's over halfway through the film. I did not know one of the 6 characters' names for most of my note-taking and script writing. Because who needs names? We must establish her relation to the main character first.
Hey, sis.
Inside, Megan tells them she just left her marketing exec job and will be looking for a new position while staying with them for the holidays. Also, they mention that Megan's last relationship ended 18 months ago.
If I was going to leave because of Bruce, I would have done it 18 months ago.
They specifically say 18 months, not last year, not last summer, 18 months. And in most circumstances, I would say that that's more than enough time to be ready for a new serious relationship. But if you're still counting the months, has it really been enough time? Sarah and Erica both talk about how nice Aaron is to further characterize him as a good guy.
You know, I really like that guy who owns the bakery. He gave me a croissant last time we went there.
Oh, yeah, he did.
I think these 3 have a pretty sweet family dynamic. They're there cuddling on the couch and... Now it's time for bed. But first, look at those fake-ass hot cocos no one has touched. They make me think of those Stanley Cup topper things that they sell on Etsy. Before bed, Megan gets a call from Darcy, who is an executive recruiter, and the next day they have a Zoom call to talk about a head of marketing position with a new food-based social media site.
It's message boards dedicated to every kind of cuisine. It's video instruction, it's masterclasses.
Megan says she used to cook a lot, but not so much lately, and Darcy tells her to shake off the rust and make an impressive food video to submit in order to apply for the job.
Make a video preparing some kind of food. Cook it, bake it, something impressive.
As they wrap up, Sarah comes in to ask how it went, but before I go into that conversation, I do have to pause to give some production notes. I am by no means an expert here, but I am a person with quasi-functional eyesight. So here are my notes. I think most of the technical aspects are fine. There were no obvious eyesores to me as a layman in the cinematography or the lighting or anything like that. And I actually really like Megan's wardrobe. It's very corporate woman, which is obviously perfect for her character. The color grading, however, could use some work. And I can't speak, okay? Have you seen some of my videos? I usually just hit the auto magic button and cross my fingers. But I'm also not a trained professional working for a studio. These women are in the same room having this conversation. Why is one of them yellow? Okay, let's continue. Remember a minute ago when I said Megan told Darcy she used to cook a lot? She was referring to her childhood when she would cook with her grandmother for Christmas.
I haven't cooked anything without a microwave in years.
You used to cook with Grammy.
Her Christmas fruit tart, yeah.
Notice how she just called that dessert Christmas fruit tart? This will be important later, but for the remainder of the film they refer to it as Grammy's Christmas fruitcake tort. These are different desserts. I don't know how this made it to the final edit of the film.
We made that together every year.
So she's naturally anxious, not only about the contents of this video, but also the production of it.
You've made commercials for years with the advertising agency.
I also had a budget and crew and hired directors.
Conveniently, Erica comes in to show them that Aaron has a video blog.
It's that guy from the bakery.
Wait, Aaron?
Yeah, he's really good.
And this man is entirely too flirty. Look at this. He just gave the up down to the camera.
You'll never go back to any other recipe once you try this one. I'll show you how it's done.
Megan is into it though, and I definitely get it because Aaron is kind of a hunk.
See? He's good.
He is.
But I can't help but notice that this is kind of like the Utah version of those horny TikTok chefs. Sarah says maybe Aaron can help Megan prepare for the video because he also teaches classes at the bakery. Erica, apparently the only resourceful person in the room, finds the schedule on the website and says there's one more class before the holidays.
The last class is tomorrow, and you can sign up online. It's a gingerbread class.
Gingerbread it is.
There's kind of this implication that like, oh, kids are so good with technology. But Megan is literally like a graphic designer, social media marketing executive. Surely she has some level of technical prowess. Regardless though, can we stop pretending that people over 30 are just inherently bad with technology? This movie came out last year and Megan is 33. She was born in 1990. I think she can navigate your fucking WordPress blog. At the bakery for class, seemingly the only employee, Ronald, walks up and says hi to Megan specifically, and none of the other people who are also there for the class.
Hi.
Hi.
You're Megan. Hi, I'm Ronald. We spoke earlier.
He mentions that they spoke earlier, but we as the audience did not see this, and I thought she signed up on the website. Another woman in the class got her own little close-up, and my romantic rival senses are tingling. Who is this beautiful woman, and why do I want her dead? In Minecraft. Aaron comes in to teach the class and also says hi to Megan specifically.
Welcome to our newest recruit, Megan.
It's like she's the main character or something.
Before we start, I just want to make sure you'll all be at this year's Connecticut Christmas Charity Bake-Off.
Megan asks Aaron to get coffee after class and he accepts, but not before confirming with her that they're still on for tonight.
7 o'clock tonight? Yeah, I'll have time after class.
Finally, they begin the class and immediately start making glaze. And then Ronald brings out already made gingerbread cookies. How does making glaze and just decorating pre-made cookies qualify as a baking class? Whatever. Aaron says the secret to a good gingerbread glaze is a pinch of ginger. And I have been oblivious many a time, but Megan needs clarification on what a pinch is.
Pinch is the amount you can comfortably fit between your thumb and forefinger.
Got it.
Now we get into the first of the many montages that this film has to offer. In this one, they are making the glaze and decorating the cookies, and everyone is laughing and having a good time. Meanwhile, Megan struggles with basic tasks such as holding a jug of milk. After the cookies are decorated, Aaron invites everyone to try their creations, and Megan's is bad.
I think I measured something wrong.
I don't think that's it.
Because she accidentally used salt instead of sugar, even though they are literally labeled.
But it looks like sugar.
Unlike her glaze, though, Aaron is very sweet, and he laughs it off and reassures her that everybody makes mistakes.
I once put copious amounts of salt into an entire batch of peach pies. Happens to the best of us.
After class, we see Megan and Aaron walking with their coffee cups, and Aaron says something along the lines of like, "Thanks for waiting a while."
Thanks for waiting. I really enjoy my evening walks.
I don't know what time of day the class was, but how long did he make her wait? And doesn't he have plans this evening with what's-her-face? Anyway, Megan asks if he can help her with her video for her application and tells him that she watched his vlogs.
I have an opportunity with a startup media company.
Okay.
I think your food blogs might be a good match for it.
He seems flattered and says he'll do anything he can to help. The next day, Megan and her family run into Aaron, who is out putting up posters for the big annual Christmas bake-off that's coming up, which he actually won last year. Brag. He says the rumor is they'll be making fruitcake this year, and he also asks for Megan's help marketing.
Maybe we can help each other.
I like that, okay.
Megan gets a call then from Darcy about the position, and evidently this is the first time she realizes that she's not the only person in the running for this.
I'm not the only candidate for this job. I really need to make that video.
You'll be fine. We can do this.
She's barely begun the interview process, but now she's questioning everything, as if it's not literally just like an open job position that anybody could apply for. Back at home, there's another montage, this time of Megan and Erica redesigning the Christmas Bake-Off poster, but it's really just them kind of gesturing and no visuals of the actual design at all. Like, we really couldn't screen record dragging some Christmas clip art around Adobe Illustrator. No. So then Megan goes back to the bakery. God, I hope Sarah's house is nearby. Every other scene, we're just going back and forth here. She shows the redesigned poster to Aaron, and he loves it, of course.
This is really good. Thank you.
I had some help.
Megan then points out a window in the bakery that could use some more decoration for the holidays and offers to help out.
I'm open to suggestions.
Well, I have some ideas.
So then Aaron and Megan are getting ready to decorate together, and they're untangling Christmas lights and their hands touch. How romantic. And then it just cuts to them being done. We just had a graphic design montage. Why wouldn't they do this scene instead? This would have been more fun and also would have shown the love interest bonding, but that's something that this movie is kind of constantly torn between: montaging and skipping scenes entirely. Aaron offers to make her dinner and find a recipe for her video.
Let's say 7 o'clock.
Perfect, works for me.
Right. Bring your good ideas. We'll get you that job.
And when Megan comes back later, he has lit a bunch of candles. Honestly, probably too many. I don't know the fire code. I do think that Aaron and Megan have chemistry, maybe because most of the time that they're together is spent staring meaningfully into each other's eyes. Just a thought.
In France, they call it an entrecôte.
Oh, sounds exotic.
It's a ribeye.
Now we cut straight to after dinner, no steak eating montage for us. Megan tells him that the food was so good he should expand his business into a full-blown restaurant. And Aaron cryptically answers he used to know someone who felt the same way, but it didn't end well, so he'll just stick with baking.
Now, for the dessert portion of the evening.
Oh, I can't wait.
Well, you're gonna have to, because we're making it together.
So Aaron proceeds to teach her how to make what he calls Christmas bread, and immediately they are measuring the flour wrong. He doesn't fluff the flour or level the scoop or even fill the measuring cup all the way.
2. Okay, because baking is a science.
Exactly.
Baking is a science. Then properly measure your ingredients. But who cares about that? Not a professional baker, that's for sure, because guess what? It's montage time, baby. They're kneading the dough, their hands touch, they're whisk fighting, and then Aaron takes it out of the oven and puts every ounce of his acting skills into pretending that this bread is hot. They try it and they flirt and it's cute, okay? What are you gonna do, sue me for being corny?
Mine.
What? No!
He tells her that he doesn't remember the last time he had so much fun with someone and tells her to come back tomorrow to actually film her video. Megan mentions that the bakery needs a Christmas tree, and the next day we see her and Sarah struggling to carry one inside. Megan decides they should decorate the tree with Christmas cookies, and Aaron says he never would have thought of that in a million years.
I think we started a new Christmas tradition around here.
In a million years, I never would have thought of this.
Like, sir, you own a bakery. You literally make cookies shaped like ornaments. And you never would have thought of that? Megan gets another call from Darcy, who tells her to hold off on making the video because there's another front-runner candidate for the job. But like, isn't that all the more reason to put in the effort now and get the video done ASAP in order to stay in consideration or even overtake the competition?
We can still make the video. It's not gonna hurt. I'd be happy to do it.
But Megan decides to listen to Darcy and, despite Aaron's insistence, goes home instead of making the video. Later, Megan is still moping when the doorbell rings, and it's carolers. 3 carolers to be exact, which does not seem to be a sufficient number of carolers to me.
And a happy new year! Yay!
Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
but it is Aaron, the romantic rival, and another man we've never met, whom the rival introduces as her fiancé.
I am so pleased to meet you.
Megan is ecstatic to meet this man and asks Aaron out to lunch. They have a little exchange about whether or not this is a date, which is cute, and I just like their romance.
Thought you'd never ask.
You could have asked.
I did. I cooked you dinner.
Was that a date?
Is lunch a date?
When Megan arrives to meet Aaron for lunch, Ronald asks for her thoughts on their website, which he is like designing in Squarespace or whatever. Aaron says that they don't have one yet.
Ronald thinks we need a website.
Yeah, I do.
Wait, you don't have one already?
Nope.
Which is weird because didn't Megan sign up online for the baking class earlier? I guess it makes sense for a small business to be using like Facebook events or something. So we'll let that one slide. Megan gets into her marketing mode and says they need to add online ordering and delivery and social media.
This works. As it is. It's fine.
But Aaron will not accept her help and actually cancels their lunch date.
Do you think it would be all right if we took a rain check on lunch? It's busier than usual.
No! Then after a short commercial break, Aaron is already ringing her doorbell to apologize. That is not a euphemism, but that is a good way to apologize.
I need to explain.
You're not a fan of websites.
Aaron tells Megan that he and his ex met in culinary school and they planned to go into business together, but she had this grand vision of a huge operation with franchises and chain restaurants and the whole nine, while he just wanted to open a simple bakery to teach and to connect to people. So they broke up, and now he's sensitive about any pressure to expand his business.
And split the money we had saved for the restaurant.
Ouch.
That money was enough to start my bakery.
Then he says he actually came to offer her a job, and they go on a walk and talk about the Christmas bake-off.
I get to have a helper, though. Just to fetch stuff. You want to be Santa's helper?
He asks her to be his assistant baker, which is not a job. It is a volunteer opportunity. I thought he was going to ask her to work on the bakery website or like do his marketing or something. They talk some more at Sarah's house and they end up dancing, which is super cute, but just as they're about to kiss, the power goes out.
That's the breaker. You know, Bob told me to fix it. This happens, but
Where is it?
So Aaron goes out to Sarah's garage to reset the breaker, and he trips and sprains his wrist. He's supposed to bake in the bake-off tomorrow, but now his right hand is out of commission.
But you're better one-armed than any of those other people.
Can you imagine me baking anything like this?
So what are they gonna do?
What if the elf becomes Santa?
Wait, me?
Why not?
I mean, I was thinking maybe Ronald, your close personal friend and actual professional baker at your bakery, but whatever, have this random woman who you've seen use salt instead of sugar represent your whole livelihood because she's hot, I guess.
You're so talented. Liar! Liar! I'll be your assistant. I just can't help you bake.
Megan agrees though, and off they go to the bake-off with her as the head baker and Aaron as the assistant. And the competition host / only judge we really ever see announces that Aaron was right, they will be making fruitcake this year.
Christmas fruitcake!
You were right.
So Megan starts to throw something together, basically the Christmas bread that she made earlier, aka the only thing she's baked in like 15 years. But she starts to freak out a little.
Think outside the box. He said originality counts.
So Megan recenters herself and remembers Grammy's Christmas fruitcake tort.
It technically still qualifies as fruitcake, but it is so much more delicious.
So she's gonna make this recipe from her childhood for the first time from memory for a competition. I don't envision any way that could go wrong. So it's montage time again, obviously, and she's incorporating molasses by hand into an already formed dough. And it's weird, too, that it's such a stiff dough and not a batter. She's not making bread, she's making tort, which is basically just cake. Then, surprise, she has to explain herself and what she's making to the live stream audience.
I've taken all of the typical fruitcake ingredients and added a pinch of je ne sais quoi.
But she ends up doing a good job, and I wonder if the hirers will see this video. And not to keep nitpicking the cooking in this film, but absolutely to keep nitpicking the cooking in this film, she is whisking something together with a metal whisk in a non-stick pan that's not even over any heat. and it contains orange juice and milk. That shit would curdle. Time is now up though, and the judge tries her creation but remains stoic.
Thank you, Megan.
Now it's time to announce the winner, and you guessed it.
Megan Blake and Aaron McVeigh.
The lady with next to zero baking experience who just winged it. Wung it? Later, we see a clandestine meeting between Aaron and the bake-off judge, and the judge slips him a USB drive, and Aaron says, I appreciate you pulling this off. Now, I assume all Aaron did was ask for a copy of the video, but what if he rigged the whole competition? He won last year, he correctly predicted what the dish would be this year, conveniently taught Megan how to make a similar dish, and happened to fall and require an alternate.
Coincidence? I think not!
After the competition, Aaron goes for dinner at Sarah's house, and they skip the scene of the meal, obviously. From a production standpoint, I understand, like, it would be hard to redress the scene and keep continuity and everything. It just kind of makes me feel like when you fall asleep in front of the TV and then you wake up later in the same show you were watching, but it just kind of feels like you did a long blink. As they're about to retire to the living room, Aaron asks Megan to use her laptop for something, but he's obviously gonna, like, submit the video or whatever, right? They end the night and Aaron says he had a really fun time. Wish we could have seen a little more of it. And also, they still don't kiss.
See you tomorrow.
Can't wait.
Sometime later, sorry, if you haven't noticed or if I haven't mentioned, time moves really weird in this movie, probably because there's supposed to be like commercial breaks. But anyway, Darcy calls Megan and says the execs loved the video.
I didn't send a video file.
They sent me a copy from someone, Aaron something?
Wow, what a surprise. Didn't see that one coming. What a plot twist. Darcy tells Megan that they're sending over an offer because she got the job.
Wait, I got the job.
Merry Christmas, Megan.
Merry Christmas.
I really like this next scene where Megan confronts Aaron about submitting the video, so I'm just gonna play some of it. But basically, Aaron is like, you deserve this. I couldn't ask you to give up your dreams. And she's like, can you at least ask me to stay?
Are you willing to give up this incredible opportunity to stay here?
You're not supposed to ask me like that.
At home, Megan is sad and unsure what to do when Erica comes in and says that Aaron just posted a new video. Megan's like, can I see that? Yeah, bitch, that's why Erica brought the laptop into you with the video queued up to show you. What are you talking about? Aaron's video is him making Grammy's Christmas fruitcake tort, and Megan gets an idea.
Can you send me the link to all of these video vlogs?
Sure. What are you doing right now?
I'm making a counteroffer.
Outside the bakery for one final scene, Megan sees the truck with its door open again. And no one's around, so she closes it and waits for Aaron to emerge. She tells him she took the job, but she wants him to be the face of the platform.
You're not the only one that can send videos. I sent them yours, and they love you.
He'll still have the bakery and his classes, and she'll work remotely and produce his videos.
I love you.
Maybe it's a little early for that. Hear me out. Yes, I had frustrations with this movie, but I also liked it. I think the actors had good chemistry and did a pretty good job overall. And I like the characters of Aaron and Megan as a couple. He listened to her and supported her even when it went against his own self-interests. And she did want to stay with a guy that she hadn't really been dating that long, but she also didn't really give anything up to do it. She still took the job, and she never expressed loving the city or the corporate office or anything. She actually mentioned how she had missed her family while she'd been away before. And now they'll live in the same town. This is a happy ending. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're having a great holiday season. Bye! Should I just run through it one more time? Hi,